So by this point, you should know that you can tag people names in your photos by using the Relationship Manager or by saying the names of the people in your description if they also happen to be in your phone's contacts. So what do you do about people's names that aren't in these places? Well, that's where custom names comes in. It's an easy way to feed the names of the people you know into the offline voice recognition engine so that you can use them later for tagging in your photos. Let's see how it's done. You get to custom names through the settings panel. Now, tapping on this plus symbol allows you to add names to your voice recognition vocabulary one at a time, but there's a much faster way of doing it. This item called names.txt is a text file that holds groups of your custom names. If you don't have a Cloud Sync provider turned on, you can edit this file in-app just by sliding it over to the left and then tapping on the edit button. From here, you can type in name after name, and you just have to separate each one with a carriage return. Now, I find this easier than adding a single name, but there's an even faster way to do this if you have Cloud Sync turned on. So I'm just going to hit cancel here. Now, if you do have iCloud or Dropbox turned on, go to the QromaScan folder and open the settings folder, and then open the names.txt file with a standard text editor. From here, you can type or paste in groups of names to your local vocabulary. Just make sure that you add a carriage return after each name, but don't add one to the very last name. When you're done, just save it and the changes go back to QromaScan instantly, and then you can see these new additions by tapping on the names.txt file. This means that these names have been added to your local vocabulary and you can use them for offline voice recognition so you can tag those people names in your photos. Now let's see how this works. To add the names of people to people metadata, you just say their names one by one, just like you're giving a scanning command. Just make sure that the voice control indicator is green and then say the full name and then wait for the acceptance tone before you give another one. Let's try out a few just to see how it works. Vincenzo Lennox. Helga Bounds. Clemmy Earnshaw. Clear People. Columbus Waldrop. Francis Schroeder. Heriberto Frisk. Clear People. Chiquita Nice. Barry Goldschmidt. Leslie Sedano. As you can see, QromaScan's local recognition is effective against even hard to pronounce names. But what if you get a really pesky one that refuses to be recognized? Well, luckily there's a built-in aliasing system that allows you to map an easy to recognize English word for a harder to recognize name. Let's see how this works. I'm first going to navigate to my custom names panel and then tap on the names.txt file where I should see a list of my names. I'm going to scroll down to a particularly hard name to pronounce. Now, I had to search the internet for hard to pronounce names, and I ended up with this Polish soccer player. Now, there's a chance that the regular voice recognition engine might recognize this name correctly, but it would be much easier to substitute out an easy to recognize English word instead. So to do this, I'm just going to slide the name over to the left and then tap on the edit button. From here, I'm going to add the word goalie into this name as a substitution and then hit save. And then notice how the name turned amber in color. And that's an indication that I've placed a substitution there. Now, back in scan mode, instead of saying that goalie's full name, I could just say the word goalie, and QromaScan recognizes it and substitutes the full name. It's just as easy as that.